Hey everybody, welcome to what's probably the last episode of Trails into Reverie. We have one more reminiscence to do, then I have some final thoughts.
Browsing interface.
And that'll be my BogMod playthrough, all complete. There are but minute fragments of memories drifting in endless search. Memories of what will be in the near future. Memories of the future. Could there be shadows of the tangled threads woven by Elysium? Perhaps faded illusions that through the cracks of time and space. Or is time a circle? Then none know the answer. Not even the goddess? Maybe the goddess. Maybe the Grand Master. You know what? Do me another Hot Springs Paradise. It's the first option. Why not? It's a long lie. Oh, we're in Calvard. In the eastern edge of the Republic. And exceptional. Okay, all right. I'm liking this a little bit. I'm kind of curious about Calvard. You know how to tempt me, game at times. Situated in the northeast of Arabonia. Oh! The Schwarzer family have traveled to eastern Calvard. It was just exquisite. The Phoenix Wings food is certainly nothing to sneeze at. Damn, the chef could get just this unique in taste. Bichon interpreting to proceed itself. Yeah, but I mean, he probably can't do Arabonian dishes all that great. Lucia Schwarzer, where some of the culinary light, spirits high and stomachs filling fast. So next to them, her spirit a bit lower by comparison as her proud forward concern. With an equally luxurious price tag, there's four of us. Even two nights must have cost a small fortune. Oh, I don't need to damn the mood. I know we have the money. Budgeting is a terrible habit of me seeing the numbers and everything. Couldn't help but let out a chuckle. And the budget buster knew we'll like how much we save, because around here is paying custom. We were invited by the owners personally. Since we run through establishments. So established, so here we are. Here soon, rather than later. Okay. Everyone's coming from our countries finally coming to terms with one another. 900 levels of prosperity. Oh, it's all that money you gave them for no reason. Advise you before continuing. Fighting, I say. It's a shame that the world tends to overcomplicate that simple concept. Aligning our own thoughts. It's all the reason why we need to make the most of this invitation, just to the fullest. Their children are in agreement. So I just spoke of family. Sir, we have time to take them. It's worth trying. Would you like to share some with me, Reen? I think of taking another soak in the hot springs, so we can look for something sweet later. We'll start the show. That's my boy right there. The world of the hot springs paradise would another good discussion about them passing by. Their quality and soothing effects as Reen. Things are undeniably apparent from the warmth of his tone and the width of his smile. To be a favorite of mine. I can't be fascinated by them time and time again. I feel the way they warm me right to your core. I think we can make one available at the Phoenix Wings. For as many problems as to express in practical terms, still just many appropriate solutions. They glow and continue enjoying the meal before them. Too long so they can enjoy the company. The wait had been well worth it. Oh, it's cute. I was wondering, like, is this gonna tease the characters from the Calvard game? His lungs. Great to visit. Do you find? Oh, it's him! I bet that's his master. Kufai or whatever? Yun Kafai, sorry. My apologies. The famed sword hermit. Master Kafai was the founder of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, of which Reen was a practitioner. For 7 years old, he was still regarded as one of the strongest combatants on the continent. I wonder how Aurelia would do against him. 4 years had followed, but even they had stopped after earning the right to call himself Divine Blade over a year ago. The master. Learned his 4 years of training. Went as far as becoming divine. The true me behind the final blade to master the 8 leaves. The swordship too. All possible for knowing the whereabouts of a single individual. Even a senior practitioner like Cassius Bright claimed ignorance, having received not a single update from their old master. He was an elusive but traceable sort. Wherever he was now, he was next to impossible to track. The blade must be said a long line reached Bean's ears. For the town's specialties, hot springs and fragrant tea leaves, making the setting worthy of particular note. You started making Long Line one of the most plausible stopping points. The time was a little too fortunate, with how vague the league was. He'd have approached like leaving the same as he arrived. His family seemed to sense it was more than a simple pleasure trip for him. I had a great time catching up with him, but I don't want to get his hopes up for nothing. Night streets. Ooh! To the eastern, making it uniquely intriguing sight among most of Calvert's towns and cities. I'll say it was similar to Crossbell's Ski Street. Beauty, every wall and stone exuded the traditional concept of wabi-sabi. Not familiar with the term. So to understand the region rich with history. Quiet charm would give way to contrastly lively evenings. Towards both westward and further eastward were great stalls dedicated to the hot springs and more. This too held a traditional sort of charm. Repeating the whereabouts of his master, she was purchasing a number of souvenirs from the stalls to keep himself from being a nuisance. They, he justified, make excellent gifts for his friends, his coworkers, and his students. Oh, look at that! Look at our boy being all relaxed. They'll graduate. Make more emotional their way. Theirs than I was for mine. For the young bird he had taken under his wing for 2 years to finally leave the nest. Been eventful to say the least. A class full of disagreements and grounding tension, slowly growing to one of compassion and understanding for one another. Themselves and every new ordeal the world sought to impose upon them, they grew not as individuals, but as a team. They made us how much they mean part of their lives as it would always be for him. A trial, making the 10 months that followed in his shadow pass all too quickly. Okay, so we have jumped ahead in time. Future. The demons by learning to work with them in the healthier fashion. Till now had been well worn. And while they may have had to rest from time to time, he is proud of it, part of why their steps continue to face forward. Proud but also a little lonely at the thought of saying goodbye. I'm going to be through it all over again next year, and even the year after that. Have a curious to pursue, huh? He stopped walking. Realized this, he resumed his search, paying respect and mind to the many generations of educators who had come before him. Master Kafai a long line. To say whether the trip was in vain. It's got an unavailing of the blade match being seen in the mountains to the south. Spending the next day with his family. Tell you it would have to be. There's the destination. The happy trails would be more treacherous at night, but they were not off limits as such. You know, it would be not to rely on sight alone. Your smell, perhaps even touch, were going to be equally vital in the hours ahead. Good thing, Reen, you've always had the super senses. Training in the mountains. Calling the experience training would imply his time being one of simple tutelage between student and master. There was so much more. The danger then was far worse than it was now. Some days requiring him to set foot in a highly dangerous territory is justifying the day's food to survive. Similar like not a long time ago. For evidence of human activity in an environment like this is not a difficult task. Seems something indicative of their presence behind that no creature could. Long identified footprints or traces of going on the hunt, and you'd only follow the lake to lead to their source. Advancing with caution, still in by with his old master and hunting enthusiast of the father. The evidence itself was far from what he expected. And if Camp know this is recent training of roaming hunters. There were multiple sites like the first, all evenly spaced from one to the next. Something was being measured. Soon after he found another new amount of evidence. A car. The car passed through. Success. So if they did, why did they have done all this? We can only step away from discovering the answer if I keep following this trail a little farther. One person, two. Yes, there are two. They were only a fleeting second. Do you think they might be the ones who saw the strange trails? Deadly tension, but now thick in the air, told him these were no simple scholars. And he felt them stop. How about you show yourself? He spoke without placing a hand on his Tachi. He was watching with the Ender's artifact. Ooh, they were very much like the shinobi of the East. Ooh, ninjas! Divine Blade of the Empire. To begin, but we will make an exception for one among their list of dangerous persons. Completely off guard, drawing straight blades to attack him as they narrowed in. But nearly in the same moment, he was in a fighting stance, hand over his still sheath touching. Fifth form, Morning Moon! Throws attacks to evade them, then mount a counterattack of his own. Instant to repel their assault and leave them vulnerable. To the offensive, all he can do is stare at the two with disbelief. Cross blades. Give them a more intent gaze. Are you? Practitioner of the 8 Leaves School? Ooh. No, though we do possess ties to the school. We have the Ikaruga, the Black God. Oh! 8 Leaves, 1 Blade. The Black God, 1. You know what? I like to criticize a lot of things in this game. I'm sure you've noticed. But they have some great naming schemes. They're evocative. I like them. Capture the attention. The what? Stunned. We'll thrust them forward at any moment. Clearly, that's what they'd been cut off once. And it's fortunate twice. The middle steps the sides, but as the sides were the only beat away from getting out. There's a black cyclone run for the darkness at such speeds that it seemed certain to slice anything it touched. An angle that isn't in that moment. Is anything just so much as flinch at the sight? You can always dodge it now. Perhaps it was impossible to notice, but the answer to the Divine Blade of the Emperor would soon fall. Spun his body in full circle, applying the intensity built to his statue for the motion swing. Way to a new direction without mitigating its near overpowering force. The first form, Helix. The greatest course in the moment, then to use that to redirect the attack without ever making direct contact. So again, birthing a shockwave that further shifted path. So kept in midair. Alright. To take the title, you are worthy to be called the Divine Blade all the same. Use the unclouded eye well. So his presence was more important, inspired by comparison. That's what he covered. His fortified suit, his every movement, however, sight reflected a complete lack of hesitation with the faint light of his eyes, projected no emotion whatsoever. You are a true warrior, one projected only by those who have fought more battles than are possible to count. That sounds like Green! Fall back. He is too formidable a foe for you to handle. I need to know, who are you and why did you attack me? For such information, you will have to leave this place, fledgling Divine Blade. This man was stating a fact. His comments have been vague and undertone of malice that would happen if he did not do as he was told. Can't do that without explanation. No, I haven't found what I'm looking for yet. Sadly. All they can do is battle. I, Kurogane of the Rugetsu school. Without words, but I can see that's not an option. Short. Master of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade School, 7th form shall be yours. So, skin to a sword and 4 equal-sized blades arranged in the shape of a cross, the base connected to a single point. So Charles for volumes about how strong he was. Still, even though he's not infallible, it's not one to be ideally used in close-range combat. Weapons on hand, either meaning that if you could force him to fight for me at most disadvantageous, likely not as victor. Second form, Gale. Taking him to his blade and made his wide swing at the blink of an eye. Blocked the blows. Nothing in the larger scheme of things, but you knew well this man's capability so long as the gap between them was closed, and it was. He considered the attack a success. By running newly first assault. Ooh, he split his weapon in half. This was intended by design. He can dual wield double sabers. There's no hiding shock. The rest double sabers were seen as relics from the Dark Ages that were difficult to utilize. Of course, the only person we knew who was competent with one, and only one. So it would take to use 2 is almost difficult to fathom. An opening that Kurogane was not to let pass unspotted. So strikes, then Reen, giving him no chance to push back. Sparks. Steel sparked as their weapons clashed. He was known for some time, but he could not do nothing to bolster his advantage. Spark of strike to spark. The advantage was moving back to Reen. Being used to fighting with this weapon that defied rationale, But it was also because he had been given time to find what he was looking for. The perfect range in which to attack. Right. Then they appeared to have something in nettle due to their handle being in the middle. Just in the shuriken. With Kurgan's famous were even shorter than Crow's, being green could have adjusted with the longer length of attack. Measured patiently, staying just out of his reach and evading the onslaught by a hair's breadth each time prior to countering. Calculated quickly thanks to Kuragane's frequent attacks. And all Reen had to do was wait for the right moment. His opponent showing impatience for the stalled battle. Trying to take an unneeded step forward, Reen evaded the strike expertly, instantly returning with an upward diagonal slash. Dashing caught with the handle of his weapon, knocking it clean out of his hand. Reen dashed forward to make use of the availed opportunity, but after only a flicker of bewilderment, Kuragane moved to deny him. But Sarah still has possession of the hurled hidden kunai with his free hand. Record its different distance while doing so. Very good, divine lady of these. Impaled to the skills of our princess. Ooh. I demonstrate my respect for your skill with my finest technique. Nothing remained where his opponent had just stood. He raised himself for a moment. The Kurgan was nowhere to be seen. How? Some sort of spatial translocation? Is that he don't do it all and still there, sight unseen? No. It's also gone. Sense him. So he hasn't gone far. Senses a second time. Like a second word towards from the shadows. He's not deflected as he did the first time. Positioned. Don't know what he's for certain, but ahead of making solid conclusion, the cyclone came at it from another area. That was fast. The next cyclone approached. The gap between was getting shorter and shorter. Another, shorter. The grand sword of death, which Reen trapped in the center. Attacked by a single person, did he make phantom copies of himself? It's going to be enough for him to deduce Kuragane's location. Very difficult. I didn't want to use it, but I don't have a choice. Just out of the battle. Bearing of his focus, not seeing lethal blows, the focus is mine. The power he had long cultivated within him. He had feared rather than rejected. He had relied on desire and nearly surrendered himself to. He had faced with loved one's side, making it a true part of himself. This is full strength. Enlightened spirit unification! Great power surging out of him. Great as he did so. Around him, the energy released by his tattoo repelled all forthcoming shuriken with ease. With them, Kuragane's phantom copies lurking in the darkness, fading to nothing. There you are! Sudden counterattack, throwing him completely off balance. There's nothing you can do to repel what would come next. While pouring all his might into a final single strike. From duality. It's kind of like, ooh, this must be the princess. So what? Attach extended clean into princess. Success, you could have invited me to join the fun instead of keeping it all to yourself. Excitement. Oh, she likes the battle. I think I've seen similar art on Twitter of this lady. Young, wearing a fortified suit that looked to be a marriage of classical and modern Eastern style, looks of her hair that almost appeared to glow in its pale moonlight. I like that sword design. I really do. That's very nifty. Reen's perhaps a little younger, with well-defined features that still held traces of adolescence, pairing strikingly across the empty void behind her eyes. No one who had been sheltered from impurities all her life, and the stench of a baleful warrior would bathe in the blood of countless lives. How she was both and neither at once, we could not understand. Very quality that made her all the more captivating and dangerous. A large black engraved blade threatened to freeze him from daring to glance at it. Wait, what did? The smile she looked down upon it. Which I find was never any match for my friend, I'm afraid. Possessing such a weapon, he had seen many a blade of historical significance. But hers was better than any one's. Ooh, interesting! Because we've seen some famous blades. There's nothing in the work of art. More about it. One cold as ice. Making it capable of cutting through anything it so desired. Is it perhaps one of the weapons made from the divergent laws? Place. It was in a sense much nature to builder with. Their two opposing natures being distinctive, it also was one. Let alone did not explain the strength behind her attack. It leads to some way. Yeah, the Black God One Blade! The skill she showed next to it made her the equal of Divine Blade. So after I didn't think I'd meet you here, I wonder if our old master is behind guiding us to the same place. So we're just happy coincidence. Right. That technique used was really something. I'm intrigued. If you leave over more than our senior practitioners, so he was right. Are you... Here's the question. He isn't here, so when you run back to your family, go and make the most of your vacation. Just don't let your skill with the blade slip, the world will need it again one day. Interesting. Mr. Defonus vanished. He couldn't even speak. Gorgane left with her. Aw, his sword. Senior practitioners, we're going to be able to find his objective. What's that? He was left with countless new questions about the people he encountered. About itself. What was meaning behind being guarded a specific place, but how important or what was entailed, he did not know yet. Perhaps the world truly was. He realized that now that his master was confirmed to be elsewhere, there's nothing more than to enjoy a wonderful, ordinary vacation with his family. And here's just a peculiar coincidence, for now at least. Get back only to reforge my Tachi and myself. So he was training and bettering himself so he could one day play a part against the next threat loomed over the distant horizon. Now it's all welling in his soul. It's ready for the new trail. Alright. Interesting little hint. Cute, cute, cute. Like that. I guess we'll also watch an unconventional student. Aramis Academy. Okay, so again, this is doing a little bit of hinting of the next game. 100 years ago, it's called Nurturing New Town, having to forge a brighter future for the new republic. Traditional education, of course, encouraged the pursuit of new culture and values, attracting many an independent mind from across Samaria. The republic's views as a whole. Body. In the morning at the academy, council shuffling through its grounds. To draw an unusual amount of intention. Found carry crown with a black ribbon. 17 years. Gilded days bygone. Ren! Why did you go to Calvert? Why did your family let you leave? Either family. Ren Bright. Senior student from the Yenis Royal Academy level. Part of exchange program. Further education. Okay. As I was to say, there was a little more new academy could reasonably teach her. So yes, she has several doctorates. Doctorates. You know what? One second, game. Alright, so, bachelor's usually takes 4, master then takes another 2, another 3 or so years for a PhD. So, yeah. You're a smart girl, Ren. So there's a front door open for you from the cupboard. So a student could get away with. Society as a whole was soft on school children. Such as possible. She even dressed modestly, as any elegant young lady who wished to remain unseen should during her time at Aramis. What's his plan? Good morning, Miss Bright. She's gorgeous. I see, look at her. She's so beautiful. She's just mad. To be showered with greetings and whispers of envy and admiration. Her looks alone were enough to make her the talk of the school. That's up that she received perfect score on her entrance exam. She was a single person who didn't know her name. To avoid drawing attention, she was getting it whether she liked it or not. Was he fond of Ren? That morning, another group watched her from the shadows. To leave. Surrounded by a small faction, students clearly loyal to their King Bee. So lame. No instinct told her it was not going to be a conversation she wanted to have. She made an effort to pretend otherwise. Being as anything but a mature, modest young lady, rather than killing them all. I wonder if you might join me for dinner this evening. Ronald Griffith. Then once she accepted, she always made up some excuse to turn them down. Today would be no different. Being urged to take care of after school today, some other time perhaps. Usually have to get them to give up, but Ronald was a persistent one. I've already booked us a table at a very fine restaurant, so we could discuss in detail. In a way, our business can wait. Something ominous about a smile. I'm so sorry you've gone out of your way to prepare ahead of time. I could spare a little time now, so I'd be happy to talk here if that's alright. His tone was less sadness and more irritation. So his true feelings. The man, he quickly posed himself and smiled. The room's best it is all better to sit here. She knew his lackeys were remained. Speak. It's right that you have come on the way from distant world to be here. For a student transferred from afar for family reasons. And just to learn in these hallowed halls. Deeply admired your spirit and thirst for knowledge. Go theatrics this one. And brilliant you may be, but living alone in a far land must be terribly lonely and challenging affair. So we depend on our lives. You know, on that one, that is actually in keeping with the spirit of the games, but perhaps not how he means it. You need someone to look after you, to protect you. Sure you'd like for me to join your circle of friends, correct? Smarmy. I don't see that used much. Good word. The public's fond of it, meaning he held a skin amount of political power. And to form a faction of sorts among the students, forcibly building his reputation until he was the leading candidate for student council president. To bring the honest talk of the academy into his faction, further secure his chance of victory. And perhaps you don't appreciate how much of a difference having someone like me back you would make for the life of an exchange student. As he was saying, it would make it easier for to gather information. His father's connections, building more of her own, will pay for itself in dividends in days to come. It's in fact very beneficial to her. She smiled with a modest amount of her own, and she answered. I'd have to decline. Clear, unambiguous rejection. After their shock, they had all I can't expect her to answer the opposite. You yourself can see why accepting an offer would be in your best interest. If you don't now, you may well come to regret it. The threat. Sparrow, I want to consider helping a certain someone with the student council election. If only that someone weren't you. What do you say? For the change. I imagine you don't need me to explain why, but I wanted to be sure. As I attracted the school every morning, and I've been coming from all of you. Concentrated effort since just before the festival. To regard with caution, I'm well aware of how much I stand out despite my best efforts. Take potential threats in your own wing is a strategically sound move too. I know that your target was so easily able to see through your scheme shows everyone here just how inept you really are. Better things to do than assist someone so competent and small-minded. She stood before me, shoulders trembling from rage. Good day to you all. So I'll bring me up with another one of those crazy jobs she threw at him. Poor Agate. I feel bad for the guy. Ouch. Your mama uses a... No, it's not funny. She's kind of mean. Same old William. I'm surprised there's anything left with how often you tell me she has him nearly facing death. Right. Spice things up. Maybe try adding a little romance to the mix, like a couple of bright-eyed lovebirds we know. I have to go. We need to go next week. Oh no! No! Don't do it, game! My dear friend. Ren. I will be I will be. I'm not gonna lie. I will be disappointed if they decide to progress that to a full-on relationship. I don't need to have the 12-year-old that crushed for him for 8 years finally get her way and date the guy who was twice her age when they met. Once a week. Just lives lives. Research, something serious topical matter or two along the way. We're coming to the upside phase of this point. Farting industrial giant Vern, becoming a key source of concern for them of late. Yeah, Chris supports the Vern. Could we propose they join the West American Tech Union? They refused. There we go. Something happened to make the union the least advanced priorities. New ordnance. The Ipsen Founding would not be a collaborator. With this, the Foundation had known their way around them since the very first model, drafting the Arcus models on their own. It's quite something unprecedented. It's also less than pleased by being cast aside in this manner. This technology, the greater concern was that the stable position in the industry as a whole is now becoming unstable. An ugly legal debate. Standard. New tech. New features. Vern companies focusing on weapons. Sorry. Yeah, less numbers, but more power. Fair. Moving in more line with Calverts. Expand the capabilities of the military. Forced equilibrium super hours would be quickly. They weren't that well. The tech edge at the time was Erebonia's, but numbers-wise, they weren't that far off, and they were. Calvert would have caught up with more drafts and all in not too long. So I found Professor Hamilton, eh? I haven't found a on here either. So more personal Professor Schmidt, who on our side would help a lot. So we have to issue a slack things divided for the income. So usually save the moment with this nation's basket of prosperity. She's built for writing wood. That seems to be the trend right now. Years compared to their fields. So, in fact, there's what that always could possibly see a sudden weight without cracks being formed. Actually, we do reserve. That's why I'm here right now. That's also why your work so hard too. Well, we could find a million problems in the world if we wanted, but pessimism isn't going to make them go away, right? Alright, thanks, Ren. Start 12. Oh, it's good night. Probably good going. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Good night, Tita. Night. Oh. Josh told me to ask her doing okay in school. Yeah, I'm sure she's doing fine in school. Right, it was worth dredging up. Don't think it rest easy. Everything is fine. Let's take a fly over and help. So the thing I can say from a few schoolyard bullies? More worried about what you do to them than what you do to you. See, but they're probably right. If that happened to me, I wouldn't do half what you're imagining. Not anymore, anyway. See, it's that kind of thing that makes people worry. I'm a lady now. I need the magnanimity to forgive the transgressions of others. Not too much. No murderous slaughters. I can't stand out. Alright, now say hi to Zen for me if you run into him. He comes down here, so we'll do. Oh, longer than I expected. from behind. She dodged out of the way. Expression of surprise and fear. So just start tumbling down the stairs. Falling around with the grace of someone taking part in a ballroom dance, saving her from falling. Gently dressed her. Right, you aren't hurt, are you? I'm okay. So, thank you so much for helping me. Was she pushed? That's weird, but I didn't think it was possible. I felt like someone had pushed me from behind. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. You must both have fallen to the stairs. We could have been badly hurt. Was it coincidence or deliberate action? It's the latter. I'm feeling a malicious stares. Just get evidence. Something else is amiss. Objects have been glued shut with an excessive amount of adhesive. Is that attempt to harass her? Seem to have turned away to her or snickering to themselves. I'm interested in hiding what they're like anymore. At this point, they want to need to know who to intimidate me. It's like they were because she refused to join the group. How her existence was in their eyes now nothing more than a hindrance to his campaign for student council president. Matter what? And I know she's taking part in the election. It's difficult to read. Again, but not what little time I've left before class. I don't think you need them. It's already kind of been established. Of course, less than pleased about the perceived slight against them. She'll question an attempt to chide her poor behavior. I would say she probably has them memorized. She beat exactly as she was told. Beside the second paragraph, she had been asked to read word for word. While her text remained closed. There's the entire book. I had a surprise. But of course, as a student of Aramis Academy, I would never dare to compromise in preparing for my lessons. Sighs and coos of admiration for both the instructor and Pearson. Well, you can't fake being a normal kid now. For the horde of other students, building one shoots a foul smell coming above her. Directly above her. Get out of the way easy. I want it, but shake. Air strike. Instead, I'll catch it with ease. Liquid extract from a certain plant monster. It's fault of production a perpetrator had been trying to disguise an accident. For the presence of the familiar stairs pouring into her from the shadows. Whoa, that was awesome. See that? There's anything she can't do. Well, response. It's not be the last time she endured harassment from them. Each time she bested them with her exemplary skill, making her more popular. Patience. Ran behind the school building after a lesson over for the day. Straight ran bright. You're an eyesore. And the gentleman there he impersonated before was gone. Polite thing to say to a classmate. Curious that I put too much damn time here into building my position at this county. And what was always the center of attention instead. It's you. It's always you. Deliberately trying to sabotage my chance of success. The last thing I can afford right now. Turn. You're sabotaging yourself by setting me up to succeed over and over again. Aware of that, aren't you? She would not receive nearly as much attention. To return to an utter tut of frustration. Point is, it's gone long enough. I'm going to have to ask you to step off the stage for a while. Maybe. So don't come to school until the election is over. And if I refuse. It's intimidating. Afraid, if you're going to oblige me willingly, just go for a while. So I think you both know that considered a great violation of the school rules. Sacred comedy is showing interfere for the fueling of the desire to dominate this version. Don't watch in a place like this. I don't even know if someone did happen to see. My father's a politician. He can make it go away. He seems to already know their place, you see. Would accept you. The smile was so unpleasant that a sigh escaped Ren. So know your place. You're off with them after what Tita said. So we taught a good, hard lesson. Or do as I say? Well, it's short for them. Just if it's them on the right track. I think you shall object to that. Just to act. Stop this at once! And who are you? When I can help but overhear what's happening here. Through this, what you're doing is wrong. Sleek, dazzling blonde hair. Don't know if I know this character. First, your suit living in the room next to her. Quiet, polite young woman with good upbringing. Not the type whose eyes would glow with resolve if she put her well-being on the line for someone else. So her sister was little more than a brave front. Showing that for Bear, he grew a sadistic smile and dressed her. First, for me that I have to show you the other ways. Your first year, I assume. Turning the stage closing her, but still she don't move. Don't you dare! The sun was red and spoke up. So don't you dare touch her. But you sure about that? Fun. Say if things go well. That's what you want, right? Tired of the time. Maybe I do need some rest. Do I live with the glee of a spoiled child? Oh, what's the place here? Either you now that I've got what I want. So I was lucky now that I've decided to let you go. This will be all mine. Right, your kind of worry. The smell was one of genuine kindness. School. Something else is the official reason behind her absence. Student council election. Students and such student council. Of course, it's a JRPG. Of course, the student council has all the power. So it's a big festival. And he's forward to become student council president every year. Dropped out under serious circumstances, only Ronald and others certainly on the ballot. None of the others had done any certifiable campaigning, and his election was positively assured. So long as he felt his arrogance, but has no pure speech to give. That was not a blow to his campaign, others would have been. Oh, I bet you she hacked it. That's my guess. These photographs during the speeches, but I intend to take it a step further. Promotion video. Oh, yeah. Impressive. So with this, you know, would cement it that much more. Third video. Fitting followers were all appearing on screen. I can make it worth your while. What? It's not one of the intended. It was inspirational, you know. Well, rather than the inspiration of him, it was a recording of him buying off one of his opponents just days before. It's good for you. Withdraw your candidacy right now. I don't think you'll be president of his hospital bed. Oh yeah, she ninja stalked him, videotaped it all. What's going on? Someone out there places carefully prepared video with another. This is a forgery. You're attempting to frame me. Girl's voice resounded from the auditorium's entrance. It was all entirely genuine. The white hair and flipped it back. She talked and walked her way towards the stage. Right potential threats, blackmailing, threatening, even violence against others. And many other cases of bullying besides. Never count old Ronald Griffith. We got a figure. Indeed, very, very dull. They're a protagonist from some epic tale. Making a long-awaited appearance. That would run bright. Just start getting him out right every turn. Getting away. Of a fair running of this important election. Your countless crimes have made a mockery of the whole process. Frowns, others sympathy, others complete silence. By the time she was finished, you'll see another emotion, anger. Say this to a fellow student, but I'm afraid it must be said. You don't deserve to even attend this prestigious academy to be the president of a school council. Yeah, she's right. Stop running our academy. Can't you fail? It was a long loathed his oppressive behavior. Spoken out because they were afraid of his father's power. Now they realized he could be stopped. Now he reached an explosive point. That's not who it was. He's giving instant deep despair. Because he pure hatred at Oren. He split out the Atorium. Yay, he's gone. There was much rejoicing. Evening. To complete the unoccupied park. How does this work? No one's going to up us out here. How about you come on out? 10 or so companions. Just very dark expression, gaudy clothing. Man, she could kill all of them when she was 10. Face for good ran bright. I've got to ruin everything. What am I supposed to say to my father? It's your problem, not mine. So small man, you can't own up to the consequence of your own mistakes. I'm going to pay everything you could cross me, get away with it. You're going too far. My father will see to that. Now, there's the death scythe. She produced a monstrously sized black and gold scythe from thin air. That thing we saw. The cat toying with powerless corner mouse. This strike case. Ren was the cat, and his men were the mice. A single swing of a conjured weapon to cause most of them to collapse to the ground. They made to scream how fast they could, but the cat gave chase. Where she let a few think they could have gotten away, only for them immediately close the gap between them. She was bored that she would knock them unconscious like the rest. Then she would seek delight in her next hunt. Only Run and Ronald were left. What's happening? It can't be happening. Cheers, every last one of them. I thought I could at least have a little fun. Oh, don't worry. Actually, slaughter them. Want to give me a little more entertainment, perhaps, Ronald? Beast in human skin. Stay with me. In a parliament, you know. Anything an eagle, forget it. Your plea. Next, that's one of today's tabloids. You might find its contents relevant. Oh, she's destroyed his father too. Suspected bribery in connection to the organized crime. Your dearest daddy, complete with evidence. CID is going to be conducting an investigation as well. Maybe the last day could say he's in Parliament. My condolences. No! No! If the equation will ask again, you'll be able to give me a little more entertainment. Between a rock and falling hopelessly on his backside. So surely Grim Reaper. Tears and snot streaming down his face. I don't understand why they used to call me the Angel of Slaughter. I'm ready to sing it down before realizing what she said. Oops. One shouldn't play with dolls, would she? And here I thought I could better control my childish glee. I want to see her slip up. So here was befitting the proper lady, she wanted to reflect. Man, say it because she's trying to portray an act. Hello to her. I certainly am. She seems to witness the entire affair unfold. Something. What way? Or struck the hacking abilities of the famous Kitty than the combat prowess of the infamous Angel of Slaughter. I just aren't cautious about our cybersecurity as they ought to be. Understandable with how new most are to it. The lean corporation, the pillage at the top of the food chain. Impressed with you? You're quick to write a piece that scathing was finding me exactly the proof I needed. I'm glad Grace. Oh, okay. It's a reporter. Dingo. Professional. Yeah, I was just saying. I just said. Reached to one another by Grace Lynn. Deal with one another just a few days prior. Used to provide evidence of his father's crimes. I to get someone from a friend to please well being to discover plus equally scummy son, but he pulled through. Was didn't meet with any resistance running that story. So big of a fan the government was of Griffith. Party, but from the CID's perspective, the chance to take him down was about as good as it was going to get. His title master over there would do. Being used by her, but oh well. A small fire like him, wouldn't really bother you that much. If you go as far as I did either, I would teach him enough lessons so he'd leave me alone, but I think the students deserve a much better student council president than him. To those most refined. Rose Black overnight. Peace to the grounds. Oh, she's going to become president, is she? Yep. Yep. My name dropped out in an imagine. If 70% of the votes cast were qualified in favor of someone who never put their name on the ballot. Renbright. Looks like serve the throne is going to present our problems in the future. But by accepting it, she had completely and utterly failed her initial goal of voting intention. As it felt when he was elected. I believe it when Tita told me. And it is what it is, I suppose. I'm using this best I can. I rather thought I didn't think they were going to do with another school game. Where's a coward? So she wanted to enjoy her simple time here while she could. What tea party? With this time it was just another ordinary, beautifully bright afternoon. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, well, we'll call things there, and then I'll do one more episode. And I'll talk about my overall thoughts. Oh. Well, I guess there's one more story. My apologies. We'll do that next time. See you all in a bit.